guys, welcome back to Strong Successful Male. So for today in the Ask SSM video series, got an email from a subscriber. This is a young guy, he's 20 years old, he is on his grind, he's on his purpose to make something of himself, and he writes in because he's looking for some help. You're going to see in his story that at 20 years old, he's never been on a date before. No girlfriend, nothing like that, and he has his reasons why, and you'll see that. But recently, he's finally having a gal start to pay attention to him. A chick that he works with, and based on some of her things she's saying and doing, he thinks she's a little bit interested, but also he questions certain things about that. But here's the deal. This girl, based on him writing this, in his opinion, and certainly mine, definitely has some red flags. But because this is the first girl to really pay attention to him, he's obviously looking past a lot of those things, debating whether he should try dating her, for some experience and all that, even though he knows darn well, or he can sense, their problems. His guts tell him something's up with her. He's connecting the dots based on what he's learned on this channel, things like that. And he's writing in wanting to know what I thought. Should he give her a shot, even though she's displaying a lot of these red flags that could bring him a lot of freaking turmoil? Because obviously his, what's doing the thinking. Or should he continue on with his grind, making something of himself? That'd be a very good one to go over here, guys, because at the young age, he's 20 years old. This is the period in his life right now where what he does really will set the rest of his life, the foundation of that, in terms of what he focuses his education on. He's actually going for a certification, and all the other decisions you do, because one wrong turn and it can derail everything. And that'd be a very good one to go over for the young guys here. It's essentially purpose or the other P word type of video here. He says, "Hey SSM, thanks for lending me a bit of your time. I've been watching you for a little over a year and a half now, and I'd be lying if I said that you, alongside with other content creators such as Hammerhead, Coach Greg Adams, and the others, haven't helped me in improving my life and understanding women. You have no idea how much you've improved my life for the better. For that, I give many thanks, and now on to why I wrote this email. I'll give you a bit of information about myself before I continue. I'm 20 years old, and I weigh 270 pounds, and I'm 5'10". As of right now, I'm starting to lift weights and go on normal jogs because I'm tired of the constant pains and always feeling terrible. I'm currently learning a trade, and soon after that, plan to go into robotics. I was lucky enough to get to both the Hope and Zell Miller scholarships, so I haven't paid a single cent during my time in college. I'll go on why this last piece of information is relevant. Well, bro, that's awesome you got those scholarships. That shows your hard work is paying off. And believe me, you're going to be so happy not to have that freaking debt wrapped around your neck later on in life. But with regards to losing weight and everything, good for you for hitting the gym, lifting weights and jogging and all that. That's great. You should definitely do that. I think you'll find lifting weights a lot of fun. And if you don't know what you're doing, certainly consult a personal trainer or somebody that knows what they're doing. I know you're 20 and obviously money's probably tight, but if you can't afford a personal trainer, somebody you can trust absolutely knows what they're doing. I did a video last week about a guy looking for my help to lose 100 pounds. Check out that video. That could help you because it isn't just about lifting weights and jogging and exercise. It's diet, nutrition. And I say diet, I don't mean like starving yourself. I mean just changing what you eat, because what you eat is key in terms of losing body fat and having a realistic time frame of doing that over a long period of time. And you can do it. Watch that video. It will definitely help you. I'd never been on a date or had a girlfriend before. This is mostly because I was one of those students which focused only on my grades and my small group of friends. I used to tell myself that was the reason I never had a girlfriend before, because I was simply too focused on getting good grades in middle school and high school, and that would be better wait until I was in good enough job and financially stable before looking for one. I've long since realized I was simply too cowardly to ever go out my way to ask out a girl, plus my weight and how I look took care of myself probably didn't help matters either. Bro, I respect that you can admit that. A lot of people won't. A lot of people don't admit where they're going wrong. Yeah, obviously, if you don't talk to girls, you're not going to go out with any of them. And if you're overweight, you can't expect a girl that looks pretty and takes care of herself to be into you if you're overweight, unless, of course, she's into big, giant Papa Bear type of dudes. So you got work on yourself when it comes to the dating scene. Talking to girls, being comfortable with them, having confidence, getting your body in good shape. And I'm glad you can admit that. But here's the thing. Now you're in college now. Now you truly are in the stage of what you do determines the way the rest of your life goes. And I'll get to that later. This will let you know just how little experience I have with dealing with women. Now on to the main topic of my current situation. my current dilemma. There's this girl, there's always this girl. Let's just call her Crystal. Crystal sounds like a stripper's name. That I work with, and I'd be lying if I didn't have a bit of an attraction to. I'd say more like you have a whole lot of attraction to her. She's a year younger than me and reasonably attractive, mostly body-wise, specifically below the waist. I already know that I'm going to get a smack for that. As of right now, I can tell that she has a bit of an interest in me, given the constant glances, given the fact that I'm really the only guy that she willingly goes to talk to at work, and that whenever I'm doing something, she gets my personal space to see what I'm doing. I've heard from fellow coworkers that she doesn't really talk to any of the guys, unless it was work-related. It isn't until I show up that her mood does a complete 180, because she becomes really talkative and sometimes goes out of her way to get close to me and talk. Well, I've found a lot of guys, particularly guys that don't have a whole lot of experience with women, tend to exaggerate how much interest they think a girl has in them. And some do it on purpose, and others do because they simply don't know. She could simply just like you as a friend and want to talk to you about things like that, and the other guys don't want to listen to her talk. Or maybe she has a little bit of interest, a little curious. You never know. And I'm not knocking you, I'm just being honest with you. But we're going to get more into her personality in a moment, and you'll see it could be more than, it could be, well, you'll see. Now, you'd think that in a situation like this, it would be a no-brainer for me to wait for the both of us to be somewhat isolated location and ask her out. Right? Wrong. There are 3 things that have stopped me from doing the deed. Well, if there are 3 things that are making you think twice about asking out this girl, then that's darn good enough reason not to ask her out. And I might add, you work with her. Okay, I get this isn't your career. This is probably just a part-time job to make some extra cash for gas money and hanging out with your bros. But the point is, don't mess that up. But I'll read her thing anyway. The first thing being about her is that what she talks to me about. Sometimes she'll talk about normal work-related things, like how the customer is being a dumbass or how we should get off early. But then the next second, she'll talk about how a customer would ask her if she had a boyfriend, if she was married, or she complained about how guys would stare at her butt. To me, it seems that she comes to me to be her shoulder to cry on about her problems, which there are many. For example, she just told me that not too long ago that she willingly went on a date when she refused to call a date with a guy who overheard her tell a clerk her number when she was shopping. Like how some stores ask you for your number for reward points. Why would you willingly go out with someone like that, especially if you knew they stole your number by eavesdropping? She even agreed with me that she could have been kidnapped. Then she later admitted that she did it for the free stuff that she got, not even including the fact that she drove him in her own car. Like what? What are you even talking to me about this? So you're the guy that she goes to talk about other dudes she goes on dates with and to complain and things like that. So I'm thinking, lots of girls like to have guys they just talk about shit too, And the guys who really like them will sit there and listen to every goddamn thing they say, hoping that the girl will see that the guy likes them and they'll think he's a good guy and give him a chance. I'm not saying there aren't things about her that she could, about you, the things that she could like, but I'm being honest with you. Girls are like this. And maybe the other guy's like, I don't want to talk to her, It's very much a possibility. The second problem is Crystal's parents. I do not know much about her parents, but from the little I have been able to interact with them, I would rather not associate with them. Her father's a decent enough guy, but not someone who I see myself getting close to. Well, you're getting close to his daughter, not him. Her mother, on the other hand, is someone I wish to never be locked in the same room with. It's not that she would ever do anything bad per se, but she's the type of person unable to read a room and not able to take a hint and not talk about some specific topics that can be seen as offensive to some. Well, how do you know her parents so well? Unless, they've come to pick her up or I don't know what. Well, right there, her family, they seem like a bunch of weirdos. They're not someone that you want to eventually deal with because they're going to rub off on her. And I'm not saying you're going to marry her, for God's sakes, or make her your long-term girlfriend, but still, the family dynamic is important. As I always say, pay attention to the family. The third problem, and here's another one, is the plethora of issues she states that she deals with. Like how she states she suffers from, let me see if I can pronounce this properly here, dysautonomia, which means that she has to do most things that are automated by the body manually. Or how she has a skin condition in which she can't be in the heat for too long. Was she a vampire? Or most importantly, her victim complex. There's a major red flag, dude. Always the victim. For example, there have been multiple times at work in which a customer has talked to her in which she sees it as them harassing her. Most of the time the customer is just joking, but she does not see it that way. Personally, I really don't think she has any of these problems at all, or if she does, she greatly exaggerates them. Though her case, she states that she goes to therapy, so hindsight is 50-50. Well, the saying is hindsight is 20/20. So, bro, listing all this stuff right now, I can tell you right now, no, do not get involved with her. And if this is a gal that goes on about the victim thing, imagine what would happen if you asked her out and she took it the wrong way or some number of things, and next thing she's complaining to somebody else about you and your coworker and all that drama. So you must definitely remember that part as well. He says, now with all that has been stated, you'd think a rational person would simply move on, right? No, not me. But the main reason as to why I'm still debating on dating this girl is experience. Even if this relationship were to last only a few months, I feel like it'd be a good experience for other relationships down the road. Though this could just be my mini-me talking, given her assets, given how I'm still going through puberty, it probably is just a smack. Which is now I have to ask, should I go and ask out this girl and see where it goes, or should I just continue my grind and push the thought of dating on the back burner until I find someone better? Well, bro, yes, you should put dating on the back burner for now and definitely not date this girl. Number one, she's your coworker. Number two, she has all these things that you mentioned that are red flags. And I'm sure there's more red flags you're just not mentioning. And the biggest one that stood out to me is the fact that she, as you say, is a victim complex. Okay? Those types of people I wouldn't even associate with because they're always going to be a pain in the ass, you know? And the first thing you said that she goes to talk to you about other people. All right, she'll talk shit about other people or talk about other guys, which means tells me she probably talks shit. If you get on her bad side, she'll be talking shit about you with other people. So I think what's going on here is because you didn't have any girlfriends before or date any girls. The first girl is remotely paying attention to you. You are, of course, thinking way beyond what it is and hoping for something because you want to get some ass. I know you're 20. I know you want to get some ass, as most 20-year-olds do, but this is just not a good situation. If you're going to date some chick, make it some girl that you don't work with, so you don't have to see all the time, and who's going to talk about your business, because clearly she likes talking about other people's business with other people. Now listen to her. And then just the whole victim thing and the therapy and other things you mentioned, it's just not a good place to be. What you need to do, man, at this point, like I said in the beginning, is that you're doing great with school and you got those 2 scholarships and you're now lifting weights, you're trying to improve yourself. Stick to that, okay? You can date girls down the road. And I agree experience is important. And if you want to get experience, what I suggest you do is you're done with her. Do not date her. It's a bad idea, I'm telling you right now. And I still question it. I don't even know if she even sees you that way, you know? No offense. I think she just sees you as a friend that she can talk things to and make the time at work pass by quickly, and just because women just like to fucking talk, and most of you know this. I would keep doing what you're doing in your grind. I'd keep hitting the gym, and I would change your diet like I suggested, but talk to a doctor first before you do anything with regards to changing a diet or even an exercise program. Again, watch that video I did. And by eating healthy and exercising, but primarily the good eating is important, you're going to lose the weight. And then as you lose weight, you're not going to have this pain in the joints you mentioned. You're going to feel better about yourself. Your confidence will get better. And I would do this while you're working out and everything. Talk to people. Wherever you go, talk to people. Improve your social skills. Wherever you are standing at line at CVS or the grocery store, or you're out and about, just strike up conversations with people. It's not that hard to do. You know, you can just see for me, I mean, I'm an introvert. Okay, I'm not a people person at all, but I have the ability to chat up anybody. It's simple. Say I'm standing at line in CVS and I see a guy wearing a Boston Red Sox shirt or jersey. I can easily bring something up about the Red Sox and chat with him. If I see about somebody has some newspaper, they're holding a newspaper, magazine to buy, and there's an article about something that in the media, I can bring that up. The point is, you can look at props to strike up conversations. Practice your social skills. So that way then, as time goes on, you're working out, you're improving your body, you're getting in better shape, your social skills are improving. Eventually you get comfortable talking to women, you know. Talk to people that you don't give a shit about first to get used to that. And then you can start talking to people that, you know, that seem a little more nerve-wracking to you. To eventually you're practicing talking to pretty girls. You'll get better at it with practice. But that's not your top priority now. That's a side project. The main thing is focusing on school. getting your best grades, doing the best you can be, because what you do now will determine the rest of your life. And down the road when you're ready, then you can start talking more to girls and dating and all that. And in the meantime, you've gotten your body in good shape, you've dropped a lot of weight, your social skills will have improved over the years, you'll learn a lot of things from this channel, and you'll be good to go in that department. But just be smart about it. But I really do think, and no offense, because you haven't any girlfriends yet, haven't dated girls, you, as you say, next to no experience. First girl starts talking to you, you start thinking, oh, she's really into you. And a lot of times they just simply want to have a guy to talk to, and they see as a friend and someone they can just blabber on about, because that's just what they do, you know. And even if she does kind of like you a little bit, I would still say don't date her anyway, because you work with her, and just based on the red flags you talk about her personality. But at the end of the day, your purpose always comes first, okay? In high school, yeah, if there's a time to date, it's high school, because yeah, you should be doing well in school and have a part-time job in high school and everything, but still, you're still free to, you know, do that type of stuff. But once you get college, 20 years old, it is grind time, my man. What you do right now sets everything. A lot of guys right now are screwing around, not doing anything with themselves. You got to be different, you know? And you got that part-time job, I would definitely, no matter what, because I'm assuming you live at home, and if you're not, you're in the dorms, you know, keep working at that part-time job or full-time in the summertime and save your money. Put money away. You're going to need it one day. It will definitely help you out. And then by working, you have responsibilities, you pay some bills and all that, and it's helping you becoming the man that you're meant to be. So that's what I think, bro. Give up on her, move on. Doesn't mean it doesn't mean that you don't have to be friendly with her in the workplace, you know, but just don't date her, and just be careful. And I know I'm not giving you the answer you want to hear, but then again, maybe I'm giving you the answer you know you need to hear. So I wish you the best, and continue on with your grind. I really hope you're doing well. So guys, remember, at the end of the day, the purpose comes first, not the P word. You know, there's plenty of room for the other P word later on down the road when you've established yourself and all that. And if you're going to do it early on, make sure you pick at least a gal that you don't work with and doesn't have clear red flags like this one does. Guarantee. All right, guys, that is it for today. Be sure to comment down below. Let me know what you think about this. Let this guy know what you think. And be sure to like the video, share it with your friends, and subscribe. I'll catch you next time.